For more content like this, log on to GibboPresents.com.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm once again joined by Bami, Jammy, and Addis Pablo. Collectively, you know them as Sons of Dub. Guys, how are you?
Good. Thank good, give thanks.
Give thanks. Yes, side brother. What's going on?
Good, blessed in Munich, so warm and nice. Everything is nice.
I ain't nobody warm part, but
Irie.
The Irie.
The inside.
You recently released the debut Sons of Dub album titled Far East Dub. In the past, you've released multiple EPs, so let me start by asking what differentiates this release as a body of work from those EPs? Is it just the number of tracks featured, or is there more to it than that?
Well, in many different ways, it differentiates from a lot of the other releases we did, in the sense of this is one of the first releases we did as a body of work where it's pretty much completely live music, roots dub, foundation sounds, played by live instruments, totally and fully, as well as featuring just as far as artists, myself and Bami, so the focus is more so on the collective of me, Jammy doing the mixing and production, Bami doing the vocals as well as instrumentation. So in that sense, it's unique because a lot of other projects we did have featured, say, Bami and myself and Jammy and everything, but this one is totally focused and it's a body of work for that purpose, so that's one of the ways it differentiates,
It should be mentioned that Pdub from Dub Assassins was involved with the project. How far back does the relationship with him go? Addis, do you know him from growing up in New Jersey?
Well, I don't know him necessarily from growing up in New Jersey because, I grew up more so in Jamaica. But at a certain age, I was living in New Jersey, like 18, 19, 20. And I was doing shows with a local band from New Jersey called Dub Proof. I met Pdub more than one time, So we had a relationship over that time. Of course, he knew my dad. I think he somehow knew my mom as well because, he's from New Jersey. So it's like a connection there from that point, a family level. But about 2 years ago, we met again in New Jersey just while I was there, and we started doing some work pretty much. And some of these recordings is what came to be a part of the Far East Dub LP. So basically, we linked up on this. We're always interested in doing work together, but the time allowed for both of us to be available and me being there, And he always appreciate the work doing as Sons of Dub as well. So the connection came from many different angles. But it's about 2 years ago that we started doing musical work with him.
I've noticed you recently posted a photo of the CD on Instagram. Is it available yet, or is it coming soon?
Well, it's available now.
This, yeah.
It's available now with us, live on the tour. So you can get it along the tour, and as well as we can sell it, online as well. Yeah, so it's here physically. So it's in the mail, if you want to call that, and it's in the process of being available.
Yeah,
but it's available now.
Yeah,
from us.
Within a week of this interview being up,
it should be available.
It would be available online on onlyroots.com, onlyrootsreggae.com exclusively, and we also have copies on tour and physically, so you can link us to get your copy, email
as well as online,
have you, But like I say, it's on digital download.
Available, yeah. So
the CD is here. We have it on tour. Within a week of this interview being up, Only Roots is gonna have it on the website, so you can order it there. It's gonna be shipped worldwide, so wherever you are in the world, you can get it. And vinyl are coming soon. The vinyl is coming, right in time for the new year, So all those people who is celebrating, they can pick up one for their people,
Sure.
When it comes to SoundCloud, you guys are giants. You get a huge amount of listens, and you've posted quite a few of the tracks from the album on your SoundCloud page. Do you think making the tracks available in this way hurts sales at all, or is it the reverse, that people hear your tracks on there and then go and purchase the album?
Well, no, you have to realize that in this time, music is more available than any other time. So even if we don't put it available on our SoundCloud, music services like Spotify and Apple Music will have it available for streaming without being purchased. Of course, in the sense of it, now SoundCloud does give some form of earnings, so even from the free listens, you will be earning something. It's our production. It's not like something else that we uploaded. So it wouldn't really hurt in any way. It could only help, because it's a new works that we want to introduce to people. So the best way is to make it available, at least for free, and then it will be available for sale. And you can see many cases in music now where even albums that were available for mixtape download are getting nominated for Grammys. So it's like, I don't think it can really hurt.
Yeah, it can't really hurt.
Not in this time. Maybe 20, 30 years ago, But
yeah, I mean, like, for instance, we never really bank on YouTube, SoundCloud has always been the strong thing for us, and we have a big following on SoundCloud. And I mean, differently, like I just say, the SoundCloud is now monetized, so it's not going to hurt us. Every listen is probably going to be 0.0001 cents, but it adds up, every drip, drip, drip. So at the end of the day, it would work out for us, and then having it there, it's better to have it there for people to listen than for them to not be able to get it, Where we come from, people don't buy music on iTunes. People don't buy music on iTunes in the ghetto, If them can go on the internet and listen to something, they will listen to it. So they make it available for everybody who can buy it. They can buy it and have it in their possession, Luckily, like I just say, there's Spotify and all these things.
Apple Music, you can get things, so you'll be able to stream it as well, either way. So it does make sense to do it ourselves first.
As you've mentioned, you're in Europe on tour at the moment, promoting the album, and it seems like this side of the Atlantic is like a second home for you guys these days. Roughly, how much time do you think you've spent over in Europe in the last couple of years?
In the past 3 years, we've spent at least 2.5 years. 2.5. So, like that,
Surely, yeah, Europe is home. Honestly,
yeah. On and off, not straight through, but around that time.
Yeah.
We went back
Months
to the
in
Caribbean
between,
vacation. We back on the job.
It's like we're working and we go back to the Caribbean for vacation. But yeah, I mean, probably like 18 months in total. We probably spent here over the last 2 to 3 years. And it's a nice 18 months, building up the thing. Because that's it for us, Something like we always say, Sons of Dub is more than just the performing act, It's also a label, it's also, much more entities than just this. So it's always a building, and it's always a matter of making new links, going new places, every tour, going to a new country you've never been to, So it's just keeping the works going, and if there's a demand for it, then you give the people what they want.
And am I correct that your sister Addis, a designer, producer, DJ in her own right, is in Europe at the moment too?
Yes, exactly. We just had our first feature with our first actual show together in Arnhem, Netherlands, Home of our agency, Records International, at least one of the physical homes, So that was our debut together, I was on a show. We've done things before in Jamaica and throughout other places, but the first time in Europe together. But yeah, she's on our tour, doing shows all over in France, Spain, Ibiza, Germany, Holland, Italy.
And am I correct, she's the lady who designed those limited special edition Kangol and Rockers International hats you guys are all wearing at the moment?
Correct.
She's a designer, graphic, and then she does clothing, painting, all type of things,
Music,
all type
production,
video production, all type of things. Very talented.
And it's kangolstore.com if people want to get one of those for themselves.
Kangol.com, you can.
We have them available right now.
We have them available on
for
tour.
sale
We
right
have
now.
a few, very
Limited
few,
edition,
So if you find us wherever we're at, you might be able to
get one.
Definitely.
I didn't
Yeah, purchase one.
Yeah.
I probably I'll be right to the job. Purchase one.
I didn't say nothing.
Am I right that you guys recently performed in Paris just a short amount of time after the recent terror attacks there?
Yeah, man.
Did you consider cancelling this performance at all?
Not fully, but of course,
It came up in the emails.
While we are in the situation, so we know that might be, that could happen, considering the current situation, our recent situation. So that wasn't necessarily our thought, but the underlying situation and environmental, obvious reasons, of course, but not on our side.
No, it was on more on as Adi said, it was more on their side.
But not necessarily on our perspective.
It was set and ready to go, and I mean, families and friends was like, no, don't go.
But the thing is, like, we visited friends in Paris, and like it was tense. It was tense, and the only place it wasn't tense was at the show, Yeah,
that's the vibe. So
like over 4,000 people there.
Yeah, it was nice.
Crazy show.
The word on the street is there's a future project on the way from you guys and one of the UK's most talented and popular artists, Randy Valentine. What can you tell me about this? Has it been recorded already? Will it be an EP, an album?
Yeah, man. I mean, working with Randy is like family. Of course, I've had a track with Randy. How long ago the Rat Race? Rat
Race was like 3 years.
3 years ago. So we've been working with Randy in many different aspects, as well as Riga, the whole camp, the whole Switzerland massive.
Yeah, I just booked Randy on a show in Trinidad. He's going to be in Trinidad.
February?
Yeah, I think it's February. Presented by
Solid Rock
Agency. Yeah, man.
So Randy's
family.
Yeah, it's more than music.
It's way past music.
Definitely some projects, and of course, Randy does stuff with Mastica. It's a whole collaboration, many different aspects.
Winter Mornings coming soon.
So some singles. We have a single coming soon.
Winter Mornings coming soon. It's winter, so we're gonna soon drop the Winter Mornings.
Yes,
look out for that. Randy Valentine, Sons of the Winter Mornings. Big up Reggae Empire, the whole massive,
Pdub
JOLP and the whole UK, Switzerland conglomerate.
We haven't spoke since you guys released the Sons of Dub meets Mighty Crown mixtape a few months back. If I remember correctly, you guys asked your fans on social media prior to the release who they thought should put together your next mixtape. Was Mighty Crown the most popular answer that you got by far? Is this how the collaboration came about, or did you already have them in mind before you asked the question?
I think when I put that up, the mixtape was already finished. Finished.
I didn't know you put it.
It was already finished. The mixtape was already finished. It was already done. It was already the artwork. Everything was finished. And I asked. I mean, people responded in different ways. We got a few Mighty Crowns, and it was good. Like people tap into the different side of the different cultures that incorporate dub music and sound system culture. I mean, in terms of the mixtape, first one was majorly the second Mighty Crown. I have someone in mind for the third one, but we'll see,
You could make the point that no one in reggae or dancehall has used mixtapes as effectively as you have over the last couple of years. As you mentioned, your Watch Your Fire mix, that's got over 100,000 listens on SoundCloud, and the follow-up mixed by Mighty Crown, over 50,000 listens. How important do you think your mixtapes have been when it comes to spreading the word about yourselves and your music?
Well, I mean, the use of the mixtape or the mixtapes at this point have definitely helped us in many different ways, because they've worked in both a great timing and with great individuals at the same time, and ourselves, introducing ourselves, helping us introduce ourselves to the world, in many different ways, showcasing many of the elements which we can incorporate within our conglomerate, our collective, label production as Sons of Dub. For example, the Walsh Fire mixtape featuring many different electric styles, heavy dub style. The Randy Valentine Rat Race was on there. First one. Many different,
Steel Pan.
So, both mixtapes, the initial mixtape and the recent one with Mighty Crown, have both showcase much of what we can do or what we have to offer musically, you know, and as a production, a label, as a agency for artists, you know,
like
obviously. It's a showcase of who we are, you know.
And what is to come and what we have done over
A
the
part
year,
of what
you
we're
know?
doing, yeah.
And what we're working on and all these type of things. So even the people who are, like I just say, just looking to see what Sons of Dub is, you know, they can get a good grasp of it, and then the people who are fans of Sons of Dub or supporters of Sons of Dub, you know, they can listen and they can say, well, this is coming, we haven't seen this release yet, or, you know. Because for instance, the Randy tune is on the Mighty Crown mixtape.
Yeah, exactly, as well. Winter Morning, so that's a song on the Mighty Crown mixtape. That's like we had the Rat Race on the first one. That's gonna be coming out soon.
Addis, about a month ago or so, you were featured in Vogue's coverage of reggae music and Jamaica, which has received positive and negative comments, mainly due to the use of the somewhat controversial term reggae revival. Let me ask you, were you happy with the article that they put out?
I'm happy with the article they put out. I can't say I'm in agreement with the terms that were used to describe it, you know, because of course these terms have become controversial and are controversial at the time, because we're even talking about it right now, so you know, obviously it's something to talk about. But I think the overall exposure or the act of them presenting the whole culture of not just the so-called reggae revival, but rockers, they did interview with Miss Chin. They covered a few different aspects of Jamaican culture, not just that individual, you know, term or topic or subject. So for me, it was good to be a part of it. I'm glad that I was in Jamaica at the time and had a chance to be a part of it, because I can't say if I wasn't there, if I would have been. So, you know, it was good to be there at the time and be able to be a part of something that will be historic and whether controversial or not, you know, but a good look for myself and I think just everybody who was featured in the culture and on our whole. Truly.
Guys, before we wrap things up, I know you've always got many projects on the go at once. Is there anything else we need to look out for from Sons of Dub in the coming months?
Like we said, always is a whole heap of projects we're working on, constantly working, you know. Right now, look out directly for the Winter Mornings from Randy Valentine. Look out for Roots by Nature EP. Like we said, we have some steel drum, steel pan mixed with melodic instrumental style coming, you know.
So more works with Pdub.
More works with Pdub again.
More collaboration with Pdub.
Mr. Williams.
Album.
Empress Sativa. Enough works with Mr. Williams. We have a project called Places coming soon. Boy, it's enough works.
Yeah, and the works is already there, and as we say, it was already there. It's just when to release.
Bami LP.
When to release, how to release, you know. So
We have some Addis EPs.
just continuous work forever.
A lot to look out for. Far East Dub, the collective debut album from Sons of Dub, is available now. Make sure you go and support the release. Why not get a copy of the CD, the vinyl, and buy it on iTunes as well. Guys,
I had to. You see me? Not a copy, get a real one. Kangol.com.
you mean to tell me the bootleg copies are out there already?
Probably. Why? You know the thing goes.
You know it's
I'm not going to tell the name.
But now, man,
it's not the official
now
one. It's not the real deal.
It's the only thing, man.
It's from the factory.
Straight.
Gibbo presents